How many times have you innocently turned something on, opened a link on your computer, or opened Instagram on your phone to find something you didn't want to see? While I was in high school, I was exposed to porn. I had a friend who I thought I could trust, who was watching it and handed it to me. Without knowing what I was about to look at, I saw things that I could never unsee. Too many people today are exposed to porn, even though they have no desire to see it. Just the other day, I turned a movie on, thinking it would be okay. Then there turned out to be a sex scene in it with partial nudity. I scrambled to find the remote to turn it off in hopes to shelter my home from it. Porn is an epidemic in our society. It is everywhere, and your children are likely to be exposed to it in some way, even if they don't want to be. We all probably know somebody or have heard of somebody who struggles with porn. I doubt all of them jumped right into viewing hardcore porn just for fun. I bet a lot of those people were slowly exposed to it until it became a problem in their lives, increasingly getting worse. As a mother who has a knowledge of the continually growing challenges that our children face today, this is a concern. How do you protect your child against something that they are going to be exposed to just by doing innocent acts such as going to school, watching a popular movie, or using social media just as everyone else does? The world does not always have the same view as pornography as we do. Marriage therapists will often encourage couples to seek out porn that can help them with their intimacy issues. We know this is wrong and have to be the ones to teach our children this, as the worldly view will fall short. LDS Family Services teaches, as our children grow, they need information taught by parents more directly and plainly about what is and is not appropriate. Parents need to teach children to avoid any pornographic photographs or stories. Children and youth need to know from parents that pornography of any kind is a tool of the devil. And if anyone flirts with it, it has the power to addict, dull, and even destroy the human spirit. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was talking about how my sister told her that she told her kids that they could come up and talk to her about any questions that they had and to not feel embarrassed about anything. My mom mentioned that she thought this might be a bad practice because my sister might have to talk to her children about things that are too mature for their age. Although my mom does have a point, you don't want to expose your children to things before they are ready. The nasty truth is today, a lot of children will be exposed to things before they are ready. And if they are curious enough, they will get the information from other sources. Today, we need to have these more direct talks with our children about things to teach them right from wrong in this hectic world. To illustrate the importance of having that open communication with your child and how it can help them stay away from porn or overcome a porn problem, as well as what can happen if you choose to ignore this real-world problem, I want to tell you a story about my friend's little brother. It is known that he struggles with pornography, but it is to not be talked about. The parents never talk about it, and they discourage others to talk about it as well. They did place locks on his devices in hopes that it would get him to stop, but he could always find a way. He felt ashamed and embarrassed, and since he didn't feel he could turn to his parents, he turned to outside sources to get a sense of comfort and validity. The problem with this is he turned to those who did not have the same knowledge of pornography, that it is damaging to our spirit and relationships. They thought it was a part of life to view porn, and instead of stopping at this problem, it grew and grew. If only he could have turned to those he trusted to help him overcome instead of indulge. LDS.org provided a video titled, "What Should I Do When I See Pornography?" It was created to help parents have that direct talk with their children. It explains to children in a way they can understand what pornography is and how they can keep their minds safe from it. The video explains what kids can do if they see pornography, first calling it what it is. This is a way to send a message to the brain that that was bad and they should not have seen it. Then it teaches that they should turn it off to not be lured into the temptation of watching it. It then tells the child that they should turn to their parent or trusted adult. We as parents are to be there for our children and help them through that challenge. The National Center of Sexual Exploitation states that the average age that a child is exposed to pornography is 11. Many reports that such exposure is not sought, but they are bombarded by pornography via different media channels. Additionally, children tend to seek sexual content in the media out of curiosity for educational purposes and to reinforce their own ideas and behaviors. Learning about sex through pornography distorts the child's development process and provides misinformation about sexuality and a sense of self that leaves the child damaged and changed. Children and young people are being exposed to violent and degrading content, which by default has served as their sex education. This is not right. Our children should not be learning about these things from porn. They should be learning them from a trusted source, us. So what are some things that we as parents can do to safeguard against porn in our homes? First, we have to be willing to talk about it. The Citizens of Decency organization also recommends a program called Covenant Eyes. It has the ability to set customized filters for each family member. They emphasize that one wrong click can change a life. Internet filters are a great tool to protect against unwanted exposure to pornography. Another recommendation they have is getting reports on what is going on in the home. You can have reports sent to you using the Covenant Eyes program as well, so that you can see what websites and levels of content are being viewed in your home. This is a great way to safeguard against porn under your own roof. Since porn is everywhere and your children have a good chance of being exposed to it, have a talk with them and make sure they are aware of the damage porn can do and what they can do to stay away from it, or if they've already seen it. Implementing porn prevention in your home and keeping an open line of communication is so much easier than helping your child overcome a porn addiction and watching them suffer through that trial.